What's up, guys? Welcome. It is a Friday night, and I know I'm up against probably a bunch of live streams out there, but I just want to come out to the shop tonight and tinker around. I figured while I was out here, uh, I'd let you join in too if you want to. One thing I want to work on is this 4D mag light that sat around way too long, and I've shot some. The old deep creep down in there. Try to get it loosened up. It was bad, bad, bad. So yeah, if you're out there in the comments, oh, give me a wave. I hope your Friday went well. Mine was good. I did have to go to a funeral today, but she was 100 years old, so um, she was not knocked down in the prime of life. Had a good life, so we're happy about that. But yeah, these batteries, there is no telling how long they have been in there. I don't know if I can get good. Yeah, see what we're dealing with there. If you got any suggestions, I'm thinking about maybe just putting some Coca-Cola down in there. What do you think? I'm open to suggestions on this one. Yeah, we were talking this morning, these old flashlights, they were they were a big deal back then. This was a powerful light. Um, and law enforcement carried them, of course, not just because the pixies they threw, but um, that's a whacking stick right there. That's part of the reason I bought it. I was going to put it in the truck door, really for my wife to have, um, in case she needed it as a flashlight or as a self defense tool. Um, yeah, this thing is just way gummed up with that battery acid. It's really thick. So yeah. Hey Boom, good to see you, buddy. Uh, where are you driving to? Don't text and drive. I liked your answer on the three gun question the other day. That cracked me up. The question was, if if you could only keep three guns, which ones would they be? And I think Boom said, what was it? A water gun, a BB gun, and I can't remember now. But he's a clever one. That's why he's been around this long. Boom has been on the YouTube doing gun content for as long as I can remember, um, on one channel or another. Seems to get sideways with them sometimes. Why is that, Boom? Why is that? Man, I've got my work cut out for me on this daggum light. I'm just gonna have to keep chipping away at it, I guess. I think you can buy them new for like $30 now. And you can also get, somebody was saying you can get the LED bulbs to put on, which would probably help. Uh, yeah, I'd like to hear what was good in your world today. I had a great conversation this morning. Got up real early, um, did a live stream, and J Delta 22 jumped on with me for a little while, and we talked some gospel. So that was a great conversation. It's the first night it's been comfortable enough to come out into the shop. It's been so hot and humid here that it's just miserable. But tonight, it's only 80 degrees out here. I can handle that. We are gonna put some insulation out here in the shop, but I just can't decide if I want to go with like the 2.5 inch foam boards, or if I want to go with like that 5 or 10 mil. What's up, Surrender? How are you doing tonight, brother? Yeah, the 5 mil like foil backed or 10 mil foil backed. It comes in the rolls. I was watching a video the other day on that stuff, and the guy shot the metal wall, and it was I don't know, we'll say 100 degrees, and then he shot the interior side of that foam backing. I'm not talking to you, my phone. Uh, and it was 30 degrees cooler just with that thin material. So I'm thinking about getting a roll of that because I think I can do just about the whole roof with that stuff, and see if it'll make a difference. Bill Dye, what's up, brother? Why does Coke work better than Pepsi on battery acid? I don't know, man. Uh, that may be what I have to do. Um, we'll see. Bill, did you try to call me earlier today? Because I was in a funeral from like 2 till 3 o'clock, and I saw a missed call. Um, if that was you, let me know, and I'll holler back at you tomorrow. But yeah, no, I appreciate the offer. DJ, what's up, man? How was your day? Yeah, we're back working on this mag light. We're making a little bit of progress anyway. So um, yeah, if you just joined in, what I was talking about was I need to put some insulation at least on the roof in here, and I'm not sure if you guys have suggestions, whether going with like the 2.5 inch closed cell foam, the 4x8 sheets, or going with that 5 or 10 mil kind of reflective material. Um, I've seen some pretty good results with that reflective material, like a 30-degree difference. And I think to do the whole roof, it would be about somewhere between $300 and $400. Um, which, man, if it could drop it 20 degrees in here, that would help, because then I could at least putting an AC in here right now is pissing into the wind. It doesn't do anything. Um, but yeah, I definitely need to do something. I think I'm gonna put some Coke in this. I don't know. Let me see if I have some over here in the fridge. A large one for my. Yeah, yeah. TJ says I have a large, one of these large flashlights from security guard days, and yeah, they are attitude adjusters. I call them spleen splitters. Lo and behold, we did have a can of Coca-Cola out there. Let's try that. Okay, that was you, Bill. I'll call you back tomorrow for sure. Um, yeah, yeah. I'll put a splash of this Coke in here and set that over here to the side. I don't know what they put in Coca-Cola that will eat away stuff like that, but it darn sure will. Um, you all see my glass cleaner? I'll put it somewhere. It's supposed to be right here. Yeah, me and so Pop retired, and so he's kind of using my shop now, which is fine. I used his shop for many years, but what I've had to do is look over on my toolboxes, uh, label everything so that he's not having to hunt through every drawer, and even in like the in the doors, the wooden doors over there, everything that's in there is labeled too. Well, the other day he came out and he needed an impact, and I had the that snap off sitting there, the 3/8. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here on the healing bench. Yeah, I picked this up just recently. It's the IM31A, and look, I bought it used, and yeah, I could have gone on to the truck, the local truck, and tried to get them to warranty it, but never bought anything off that truck, and I maybe they would have warranted it. I don't know. There's a guy on eBay that sells a rebuild kit, uh, a full rebuild kit, and it was $40. So, um, and it'll be neat to. I did a video showing taking it apart, and we'll do one putting that rebuild kit back in there. Good evening, Cowboy. 4572. Doing all right tonight? Yeah. Bill Bill tried to call me. He said he figured I thought it was Steven from India trying to sell something. Man, yeah, a lot of times if I don't answer, or if I don't know the number, I just don't answer anymore. You get too many junk calls. But if I had seen that number, I would have. I was expecting you to call. But again, yeah, I was in the funeral today. So um, yeah, I'm wondering if this came in the white or if it was originally red. Um, I think it probably came in the white and then just had the red cover on it. But it's actually cleaned up pretty well. I just been using some ballastol on it. Nothing, nothing crazy. It has been used. I mean, it didn't just sit around in somebody's shop. Let me show you the part that made her give go. So, uh, where is it? Yeah. So down in here, let me see if I can get the light right for you. Don't know if y'all can see. Here, I got a flashlight in my pocket, I think. Yeah. So you can see that little ball bearing down in there, right? Well, there's also this little guy that slides in um, one side, and there's another one that slides in opposite of it. Well, it had broke into two pieces there. So, yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. And That's what it ended up looking like. I'm hoping that that comes in the rebuild kit. If not, I will send the kit back to the guy and take my chances with the Snap-on dealer and see if he will warranty it. Um, what's y'all's experience with that? I've heard mixed things about that. Let me check my message here real quick. 'Cause I'd reached out to Buddy to see if he wanted to jump in. And he said he's dog tired tonight. So there we go. Yeah. Um, let's see. So let's see. Yeah, we got Boom, we got Surrender out there. Bill Die, TJ Fishing, Cowboy 4572. Um, yeah, we thought we were going to get some rain today, but um, looks like it skirted past us. So I may actually have to water the garden for the first time this season, which is insane for it being almost July. Normally, I'd have been watering just about every day. So pretty weird weather we're having this year. Very wet. Rainiest year in Oklahoma in history, I believe. So, what do y'all? Let's see. What do y'all got going on? Tell me something new. We're gonna have. I'm setting up a show where we'll have a M1 cutaway and a Remington prototype called the Yellowhammer, which was a 22 that was going to use the Ruger rotary magazine. Really cool gun. There's only like 5 of them in existence, and this guy came across one and found a magazine for it, which was miraculous because the gun did not come with a magazine, and it's not an actual Ruger rotary magazine. It's a little bit bigger. So, uh, yeah, I think that came out of um, the Ilion archives, which was sold off to a couple different companies. So you can get some of that stuff on like Rock Auto and stuff. Not Rock Auto, Rock Island. Um, says picked up Remington 510T in great shape this week. Sweet. I love that was 510. Target Master was my very first rifle, and I still have it. I have that rifle. Talking about guns I'd never sell, that's one of them. That one will be handed down for sure. And it's a little tack driver. Um, single shot used to. Well, single shot's kind of nice sometimes. Slows you down and you take your time and don't burn through a bunch of ammo. Those old Remington barrels are they're good barrels. The Remington started out as a barrel maker. Um, yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but that was he built the barrel and then took it to somebody and they fashioned fashioned everything else for it. Let's see what else. Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day. We were talking about these new motors that they're putting in these trucks, and they call for like aught 20 oil. It's real thin oil, and the reason is that they're putting these flimsy rings in these things, and man, I think that's just a recipe for disaster. Um, when I was working in the industry, we saw a lot of pickup trucks come in with, just over 100,000 miles needing a rebuild, and that's insane to me. Um, my old 13 Ford, it's got 230 on it, and it runs like the day it was new. But between the thin rings that they put in there and that cylinder deactivation, man, if you buy one of these new trucks, get that deleted immediately. That was one of the worst things they ever came up with. That will ruin ruin a motor. I've seen it. Oh, I don't know who else is live tonight. I know there's a couple guys that um, do a Friday night show, and I like all those guys, but they don't ever invite me on. So um, I'm not trying to go up against them, but my Fridays are my Fridays too. So um, yeah, one thing I've been thinking about, and I've got some of you guys, some OGs in here. Let me run this past you. I've been thinking about making a change to the channel name. And the reason is not because I want to change my content. The content's going to stay the same. Um, Probably going to expand a little bit, actually, just because I do a lot more things than just firearms. Do a lot of stuff in the shop and outside and gardening and all that kind of stuff. But I think sometimes having firearms in the channel name uh, just deters people that may be interested in some of that other stuff too. Um, so I've been kind of thinking about that. Um, so if you guys have any thoughts on that, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Um, I definitely want to do more fellowship on the channel, and I was talking to somebody about it today, and they said, "Well, people don't want you preaching at them on YouTube." And I said, "Well, if they don't want to listen to it, they don't have to. Um, I'm not forcing anything down anybody's throat. I don't force firearms down anybody's throat either. Um, but I mean, fellowship's in my name, my channel name, so it's not like I'm hiding that I like to talk about the Lord. Um, but uh, Boom says I can help you with the channel name. Yeah, if y'all, we'll say it's Fuku YT. That's Boom's new name, which uh, Boom said run in with YouTube. I don't know what is this channel number 6 now or thereabout 6, 7. They seem to pick on old Boom for some reason. I can't imagine why. I don't know. This battery acid is just everywhere. Bill says, "Boom, behave, behave." I have so far stayed off the YouTube hit list. I try to follow the rules. I mean, you know, I'm not a guy to do a bunch of crazy stuff anyway. I try to keep it clean and um, family friendly, as it were. Which, yeah, I had my daughter on the channel the other night. She that showed us how to season some tenderloin. steaks. She's really cute. But, yeah, stuff like that. I'll kind of lay the channel out a little bit differently, where there's just categories. So if you're interested in just the firearms, you can just go to that playlist, and if you're interested in shop stuff, just go to that playlist. What are your thoughts? Give me some feedback. I need some feedback from my tribe here. Boom said he's just got his first strike on this his newest channel on Tuesday. What'd they ding you for? The one thing that's hard that kind of sucks, I think, is that you can't touch firearms on lives. So, because I think it would be cool to, bring out some firearms and be able to talk to you guys in the chat while we're looking at the actual firearm. I mean, the way it is now, we have to load up a bunch of pictures and do it that way, which is, I mean, it usually works out okay. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes people have like a specific question, and it would be a little bit easier just to grab it and say, this, or point right here, or show somebody how something operates on it. But yeah, and doing like disassembly and repairs and stuff. I think it would be cool, like if say somebody was having trouble reassembling one. If you knew how to do it, you could get on a live with them and work that out. And I guess you could probably do that through FaceTime or something like that. But I don't know. That's one of the things that. Um, let's see. Boom says they gave me a timestamp of the violation. I had said 1022 clone. YouTube says that's selling guns. Oh, I had sold. Oh, that you had sold one. Okay, yeah, that was probably an algorithm picking up. And then a lot of times, I think if you can test it, it probably goes to another algorithm. I ran into that on Facebook, and I hardly mess with Facebook anymore for my channel. I do run Facebook for some organizations, but Bill says it would be nice on a live to see different firearms. Yeah, Boom's live might be 3 days long. Yeah. Speaking of somebody that has a lot of firearms, Holler did nibs, but he was at church this evening. So, um, yeah, I kind of wanted to get him on. Well, somebody. Oh, I guess that's fireworks. I was thinking somebody was shooting, then I remembered that this is a lake town, and 4th of July is coming up. So my poor dog is probably crawled up under the covers in bed. I don't think we're going to do fireworks for the 4th this year. Later in the month, they have the rodeo, and we got family coming in for that. So we'll load up on a few fireworks for then. And we got a nice big open space out back where we can shoot them off here at the house. We live out in the country, so we can do that. Bill, what kind of books do you have? I was talking this morning, well, and yesterday, about a couple books that I really think come in handy. And that one is a Numerix catalog. And I don't know if you can still get these or not. I think Numerix sold out or changed hands or something. But man, if you can get your hands on one of these, they were worth having for sure. This is another one. I've had this book a long time. Living on a Few Acres. It just shows you all kinds of handy stuff for living on a small property. Yeah, Bigfoot hanging on the walls. Hey, there's people around here that would put their hand on the Bible and swear they've seen Bigfoot around here. Matter of fact, I was talking about this the other day. We had a guy come over that knew my wife, and he said, "We've got another piece of property back behind us." He said, "I want to show y'all something." And so he took us back there. And I've actually got video of this. I just have to go blur out his face. But he showed us what he thought was a Bigfoot a burial mound, and he was explaining, there's a broken tree at one end, and I mean, the rocks on there were big, but it's kind of next to county road where they put in a county road at one point. Um, so but if you look up Bigfoot burial ground, that is what people show them to look like. I don't. Bill says some digest, others on firearms history. Sweet, yeah, I love that stuff. Love it. And I don't know if I've talked about this one too much, but I got this from the Texas Gun Collectors Association. This comes with their membership this year, and you can see how thick this thing is, and it is just chock full of gorgeous photos of all kinds of firearms. They worked with Rock Island on this. Rock Island took like 90% of the photos, so the photos are really good. Um, so yeah, for the membership, um, you get this plus their two magazines, and you get to go to the shows and all that. But um, another one that every young man should probably have, especially if they don't have, like a father figure around or somebody to teach them stuff, is a book like this. Teach you a lot of the just basics, you know, um, lumber, plumbing, wiring, basic electrical, just stuff like that that you just need to know. I was fortunate to have some really good dudes in my life that taught me a lot. Um, one of my earlier jobs was working in a college theater, so we would construct the sets and do all the wiring and lights, and so I learned a whole host of skills, from woodworking to painting, like I said, electrical, just all kinds of stuff, and worked with a ton of different materials. That was one of the best educations a guy could get. Let's see. Yeah, another one. Of course, if you got Marlins, the Brophy book is pretty much a must-have. That's where I got into a little bit of an argument with some guys over the Marlin Model 60. It was Marlin, it was the Glenfield 60 or the 60G up until 1983, and they went away with the Glenfield name and just went to Marlin. So let's see. Bill says, funny about Bigfoot. My son was in a amateur wrestling match a few weeks back at a Bigfoot festival in Tennessee. Yeah, they have those kinds of things all over. There's places around here that sell those big metal uh, cutouts of Bigfoot. They're expensive. Otherwise, we might have one. This is another really good one that I picked up. I think, where did I get this one? I think it was at the Remington Society. Um, and yeah, NRA guidebook to shoulder arms. It's a assembly book, and there's several of them. I'd like to find the other ones because these have really good instructions on how to you know, disassemble and assemble, and of course parts lists and schematics, things like that. Uh, you need a blue book of gun values. Yeah, I don't have one. I do have. I can't remember the name of it, but the prices in it are just so far off. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're not even in the realm of reality. Bill says Norton, VA has the Woods Booger Festival instead of Bigfoot. The Woods Booger. Uh, and then, yeah, like a woodworking book, show you different, all kinds of different stuff from finishes to how to, yeah, dimensions of lumber, different joinery, what different screws and fasteners are for, what different bits are for. There's a ghost out there. So I have a question. Now, the first um, tool, stationary tool, that you should get for your shop, what would it be? I think probably 90% of people would say table saw, right? Does everybody kind of agree with that? Um, I disagree with that because I think with a straight edge and a circular saw and a router, you can do just about everything you need to do that you can do on a table saw. Now, take more setup and more time, but if you're a guy that's just starting out, um, I don't know that a table saw would be the first thing I would buy, and there's a couple reasons for that. One is you're probably not going to go out and get the best table saw in the world, and I think an underpowered and lightweight table saw is dangerous unless you're just really skilled, and even then, um, an underpowered saw is just a bad idea, I think. So I would say rather than going out and getting a table saw, I would recommend a guy get, good workbench for one thing. Okay, miter saw, that's one. I think what the one I'm gonna tell you is gonna surprise you, but yeah, miter saw. But yeah, I would say instead of a table saw, get a good circular saw and a good router. Maybe really, I mean, you don't even have to have like a big router, just a palm router to get started, and you can do that pretty inexpensively. Um, Now, the tool that I think is probably most versatile and can do a lot more than what most people would think, uh, especially somebody just starting out, is that right there, drill press. You can do a lot. You can do a lot of stuff with a drill press. Um, yeah, a drill press would probably be the first stationary shop tool I would get. Because not only can you drill holes, but my goodness, you can put all kinds of stuff on there. You can use it as a grinder. Um, you can put a wire wheel on it. You can put sanding pads on it. Um, I mean, you can even, turn them into a kind of a mini mill. Um, and I've not. You could route with it, I would think. Um, but yeah, that's the first stationary tool I would buy, and I would probably get one bigger than that. I just haven't ran across one cheap enough for me yet. Boom says I bought a drill press in '87. I probably only used it a dozen times. Really? Wow. I use mine quite often, really, especially with firearms because um, I use this to clean them up. It's that real fine wire, and it won't mess with the bluing. These things are wonderful. Um, Not familiar with that. Let me see if I can find the box for it. I used to keep it laying around because it comes up uh, in conversations from time to time. I'll have to think about where I put that box. But yeah, if you do any work on firearms, you need one of those. I think they're like $35 or something like that. But they are worth having. Yeah, I'm just not sure where I put it. I forget about these things. Um, oh, let me move this. So I'm in the process. The reason we haven't been in the normal computing area where I do my live streams is because we're uh, moving my office and gun room into another room, and it's a lot. It's a lot to move and set up, but we're getting there. Um, so hopefully soon we'll be back in the office because there is AC in there. Um, but yeah, I found my just a box, a bunch of knives, and let me know if you know what this is. Put that down in the comments. Boom says I usually do my woodwork with a chainsaw. Yeah, I uh I have a buddy that cuts wood for a living, and I go out and get his end pieces, the stuff that's just not long enough for his regular customers, and it's perfectly fine for me. So I go clean up his mess, and it kind of helps him out, and we get wood for next to nothing. I don't really care to run a chainsaw myself. Yeah, I have grinders there. That's that station right there. It's on casters, so I can wheel it around the shop. I can turn it. It's got the grinders, the wire wheel, and then there's the buffing pads, and then there's arbor press, and I picked up another grinder with a stand, nice big heavy stand. I was at a garage sale the other day. It went 20 bucks for it, and they said it was broken. It's a Dayton commercial grinder, so that's a good one. And I said, "Well, what's wrong with it?" And well, they thought it was a switch, and I was like, "Well, if it's just a switch. That's no big deal." So, uh, Pop and I pulled that switch out and checked continuity on it, and the switch was fine. So I said, "Hmm, wonder if their extension cord was bad." And yeah, sure enough, we plugged it in and ring, fired right up. So I was pretty stoked about that. Just the stand alone it was worth well over 20 bucks. I mean, look at that thing. That's beefy. So I love deals like that. Love that. SKS oil bottle. Oh yeah, yeah, yep. It's this is probably what, World War II, I guess. They might have used them even longer than that. But yeah, kind of cool. I had another one, but I gave it to a guy down at the pawn shop. Uh-oh. Uh, my battery's going on me. Let me see. Let me uh let me go grab my charger real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. We was getting a little low there. Okay. Disaster averted. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I think this one here is Vietnam era K-bar. It's had some use. Yeah, I think this was actually my father-in-law's. Um, so we'll be hanging on to that one. Bill says, anything I need built, I'm sending to you, or boom, y'all got the tools. Man, I started collecting tools when I was pretty young. Um, Pop was in the trades. He was a glazer, and so I was just always around that kind of stuff. And I watched for sales. Back then, really all we had was Sears to shop at. So I've got a lot of craftsman stuff from over the years. But that Sears would run great specials. You can get stuff for half off. and they used to have better tools. Um, Matter of fact, uh, so here's two Sears Craftsman ratchets. Okay, and you'll be hopefully be able to hear this. Now, listen to this one. Yeah, so some of their ratchets, this is a much better ratchet than this one. I don't know if they had like a pro grade, and that's what this is. And this is just, but I've had this one for probably 20 years, and it's still chooching. So came in a set like this. Um, there was a sticker on one of them. I thought, yeah, it was 19.99, full price. I probably paid half of that, but some tools, yeah, I just don't think you need to spend a bunch of money on. Like, I needed some needle nose pliers, some long needle nose the other day, so I just got the Pittsburgh. There's nothing wrong with these, but now like um, tools that I carry in my pouches, like when I'm doing real work, Knipex is the way to go. They're a little spendy, but um, when it's one you use a lot, I think it's worth spending some money on. These the twin grips. Of course, I got these. Hey Andy, how you doing, buddy? Uh, I got these in the 6-inch that I carry on my hip every day now, and absolutely love them. I will. That's a permanent part of my EDC now. Is the twin grip 150. This is the 200, which is a good size, but it was a little big to carry on the hip. Um, but yeah, the Knipex pliers are really good stuff. I got a set of their needle nose. Really good grind and finish. What do you do by trade? Right, I do a little bit of everything right now. I have done I have never done concrete. I've laid tile. I've done drywall. Done a little bit of electric work. Um, a lot of carpentry. Glass work. Uh, Geez, what else? Plumbing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm a jack of all trades and definitely master of none. Um, yeah, getting back into knives. So yeah, I have all kinds of. I mean, there's not many tools I lack out here really. I don't have a lathe. I'd kind of like to have a lathe. Um, I don't have a milling machine. So I haven't done a lot of metal work. That's one thing I'll say. I can weld a little bit, but I wouldn't. I mean, not like highway welds, right? I can weld enough to what we call a farm weld. Um, so yeah, uh, I enjoy being able to fix things, do things myself when I can. Uh, Boom says I have a garage and tools that would be the envy of most guys. Heck, I don't even change my own oil anymore. Yeah. Uh, there for a while, it was basically it would cost about five, maybe $10 more to take it to the dealership and have them do it and rotate the tires and all that. The prices have gone up now where I'm at, but back then, it was worth it to me for the extra $5 or $10 for them to do all that, especially with rotating the tires and stuff. I've happily pay them to do that stuff. You have a battery-powered crescent wrench. Okay. I I don't think I've ever seen one of those. Now, some of the tools that I have, I inherited from my late father-in-law, but a lot of it was just duplicates. Um, but there's some stuff that wasn't, like a really nice big tap and die set, um, electric jack. I'm trying to think of a bunch of air tools. I didn't really have a lot of air tools. Um, so there was some stuff that he had that I didn't, but yeah, a lot of it was just duplicates upon duplicates. And I mean, I had a screwdriver drawer that had, I don't know, 70 screwdrivers in it. How many do you need? You know? Mm, wow, a metal lathe for 75 bucks. That was a deal. This is a knife that I carried forever. You guys know what this is? This is a old Gerber Easy Out. And when these first came out, this kind of knife wasn't like super common, at least not that I remember. But it's tough as boot leather. I mean, I carried this a long time, and it's held up. I've carried it at least probably 10 years. Um, so yeah, old Gerber Easy Out. This was my very first knife. This is a old colonial camp knife, and I think my mom or pop got me this when I was in Boy Scouts or whatever. You know, it's got the little spoon and fork, and of course a knife and can opener on it. So yeah, these kind of bring a little bit of money these days. I think I looked them up the other day, and they're like, I don't know, 40 bucks or something like that. Uh, let's see. Yeah, Colonial, Provincial, USA, USA made. Hearing spooky sounds out there. Oh, Bill says that little Jora screwdriver set has come in handy lately on some projects. That's cool, man. I haven't had a chance to mess around with mine too much. Where did I put it? Grab that and show everybody. Where did I put that big wooden thing? I put it where I wouldn't forget where I put it. Now I forgot where I put it. You know, up here. You know, I might have taken it inside. I'm not seeing it laying around here. Yeah, I think I took it inside. I'll show that. I'll show that another time. It's a pretty handy little tool. I did buy this little 1/4 inch ratchet the other day. Um, let's see. Yeah, VIM 1/4 inch mini flex bit socket speed ratchet kit. And one of the neat things about it is you can set it up as a T drive, or you can just use it as a extended bit, or you can put your bit in and use it like that. So, and it also has uh, locking flex head on it, and of course bi-directional. Um, but I thought that was kind of a handy little doodad, and it's got a nice action on it. So yeah, VIM tools. Uh, haven't decided if I am in love with it yet or not, but I'm gonna mess with it a little bit more, and then I'll decide. Boom says I have old Model T wrenches, John Deere ratchets, J.C. Penney and Montgomery Ward tools, an original monkey wrench, and I have a wrench branded King. What's that cup over there? DICK. I always ask everyone if they want to see my, yeah. No, boom. Get me in trouble. Um, well, yeah, the screwdriver that I use the most are these Velo. I like a wood handle screwdriver, and of course these got the nut on them, so you can put a wrench on there, and they're full tang, so you can go to whaling on them. And they have a nice grind on them too. That's the other thing. Um, the business end is pretty good. It's not as good, I don't think, as what's in their multi-bit driver. These bits are outstanding. Really, really good. Um, I don't know if it'll show up very well, but you can see the grind on that is excellent. You go to put a screw on the end of that Phillips bit, and it's going to stay on there. So you can put your screw on, and it'll stay while you go at it. Um, Another tool that I really like is this Mora knife, chisel knife. That's this thing's been handy. Yeah, you can whale on it too. That right there is a wicked sharp point. I cut myself the very first day I owned this thing on that point. But these are they're inexpensive. Um, I don't know, $20 or something like that. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a tool junkie. I have more tools than I really need. What's up, J Delta, brother? How are you? Me and Jose had a pretty good chat this morning. Um, uh, Somebody was telling me about some starting fluid that they sell in Australia. It's called Start, you bastard. So I'm gonna have to get online. I think you can get it on eBay. I need a can of that for the shop. Um, yeah, this is a old military knife. I don't know if, yeah, I can get it open. Um, Let me put my specs on here. See if I can read that. Made in USA. I can't make out who the maker is on it, but it is stamped. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but it's U.S. Army here. And then on the other side, it's got some numbers like 9-6. But I think this is the what they called the electrician's knife. Need a screwdriver to get it open because it's pretty tight. Pretty tight. Yeah. So there you can see that's sharp, but then it's got just a flathead bit on it there. Oh, here we go. PAL Blade Company, made in USA. So that's kind of a neat old knife. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this is cool. This is a what they call a pharmacist knife or a doctor's knife. So it's got a real sharp point drop. I guess what do you call that? Drop point blade on it. So the idea is you could do, like a field tracheotomy or something like that, and then it's got this, which could be used as either like a tongue depressor or a pill counter or a pill crusher. A lot of times back then they would mix stuff up too with it. So yeah, TJ, you're the one telling me about the start your bastard. The original picture was a man kicking a lawnmower. Yeah. Yeah, well, we've all been there. We've all been there. This old Smith & Wesson automagical knife, M&P. Here in Oklahoma, it's legal to own, not legal to carry. So I guess it's a around the house kind of knife. Not sure why these are so scary. I think they're pretty handy. Auto assist, I guess you would call it. What else do we have in here that is of interest? I think this is another one. This is, let's see. Oh, this was one that was my father-in-law's. It's a Vietnam vet's knife. Probably motorcycle club. So yeah, we hang on to that. It's for sentimental reasons. Boom says, TJ, I have Aussie 22 long rifle ammo made in Australia. It's really Winchester. Huh. What are they have a pretty? They're pretty strict on firearms in Australia, aren't they? Don't you kind of have to be like a farmer or something like that to be able to carry a weapon? Or did I mishear that? Let me know, TJ. I think I read something about that. Or get a license, but you have to show use for it. This is another one that I carried for quite a while. The Cricket M21-14SF. Um, it's got the adjustment screw here, and of course you can carry it either way. One thing about it, it's got this lock back here, so it's a liner lock, and you have to do that little safety lock back there. But nice big. This is a nice one to carry in your pocket when you're out camping. That's what I like this one for now. It's a little big for everyday carry, I think. At least for me, I'd rather have just a fixed. If I'm going to carry something this big and heavy, I'd rather have just a fixed blade. Andy, this morning was telling me about this slingshot stuff. I didn't know that the slingshot was like a big thing. They have tournaments and all kinds of stuff. I was watching that video you sent to me earlier, Andy. That's pretty wild. And yeah, the different technologies that goes into slingshots now. Slingshots are outlawed in some parts of Australia. Wonder why. What about the old boomerangs? Can you still throw those? Those things look dangerous to me. They come flying back at you. I've never used one, so I don't know. Okay, TJ says, no, semi-auto very hard to get licensed, then even harder to buy because you need police approval that you really need it. Yeah, that's so bolt action, okay, lever action. Um, says freedom is illegal in California. Yeah, I'm fortunate to live in a pretty free state. This is another old military knife. Got kind of a cool blade on it. What do they call that? Like a sheep's foot blade, I think. This one is. What is this? J.H. Thompson Cutlery. Ltd. Sheffield. CC 1286. It says 1954. Oil the joints. So yeah, that is. It's a cool blade. It really is. I don't recall seeing a blade quite that shape before. You can see it's real thick up here too. I have one. Let's see. DJ says they recently banned all bow hunting in my state. Wow. Look at that can opener, fellas. Huh? That ain't no rinky dink can opener. That's for getting jiggy with it right there, buddy. Look at the talon on that thing. Oh. And then it's got the little flathead screwdriver. on the end. So yeah, that's kind of a neat knife. I wish if I could get this can opener open without another tool. Yeah, no kidding. Get down with some beans with that thing. It's just so tight. But yeah, that thing is ginormous. Let's compare it to yeah, here I've got several of the Swiss Army variety here. uh, tell you what though, these work. Uh, they do work. I've never tried this one on a can though. I need to. I'll have to take this inside and give it a whirl on a can, just so I can say I did. Okay, what else? Of course, old Buck. Yeah, 440 stainless. Probably came in. Well, this says Irwin. Yeah, it says Irwin on it. I used to throw this one in the pocket every once in a while. Uh, It's one of those little keychain multi tools. Yeah, some of these blades. Yeah, that's worthless. This thing's hot garbage. Hot garbage. Oh, oh, another K bar. This is this is one. I think I bought this at like Cabela's or something like that years ago for my camping knife. I haven't used it much. Another big K bar. Yeah, makes a little bit of stitch work. And what else? I don't know what this one is. Magnum division of Boker. Oh, kind of a interesting color. Yeah, Huntsman. EDC. So what? Yeah, what's with the not being able to bow hunt? Uh, huh. I mean, you can't get a tag or anything for any kind of bow hunting, huh? Yeah, pig sticker. Let's see. That's about it for this box. Oh, there's one more. That's old Gerber. Yeah. No, I just I was moving, like I say, moving my office and gun room to another room, and so gathering up stuff. And I saw that box of knives, and I thought, well, I'll take that out to the shop, and we can talk about some of them. Of course, my Victory Knox. This is an old uh, Swiss Champ. This is back when they had the compass and ruler. like that style. And you can also tell the older ones by the get it open. They had the metal and actual glass magnifier there with the mini screwdriver on the end. There's an inline Phillips. What else we have on here? I haven't messed with this thing in a while. Man, some of these things I just can't get open with my fingernails. They're too dainty. Let's see here. What's that? Oh, okay. So there's like a kind of a multi wrench on there. I think this one has pliers on it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could maybe grab something with it. Uh, there is a like a wire stripper and wire cutter on there. So more a needle nose than anything. Of course, a couple got a blade, obviously. Um, there's going to be wood saw, and Victorinox wood saws are usually pretty good, as are their files. Yeah, there's a file. So yeah, that's a classic there. Um, let's see. So not it's got to have scissors on here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. There's the scissors. Yeah, another Victorinox scissors are really good. And there's an awl on the back side there. And of course the corkscrew. And the toothpick and tweezers. These are so worn down you can't get them out anymore. But yeah, old Swiss champ. Classic. And of course I got a couple of these, just a classic. Like this is what they call it. Just a blade, two blades, a bottle opener, can opener, and this one's got screwdriver. Of course, got really good tweezers. I think I got a couple of those. Yeah. No, this one's a little different, I think. No. Wait, what's the difference? Yeah, no, these are the same. This one has the blade, like a little file. There you go, file. And I think this one has scissors. Yeah, this one's got a pair of scissors. Of course, they all come with the bottle opener and can opener. This one's got the awl and corkscrew. And then this one, I guess, is a Warner or Varner, one of the knockoffs. It's got can opener. I can't get that one open. wood saw. Pretty aggressive wood saw there. Let's see what else. Oh, this has got the hook degorger, I guess you call it, scaler. So yeah, I think this came out of a tackle box. I think that's where I found this one. But a few tools here on the back side. What do we got? Yeah, some kind of little Phillips, and I don't know what that is. Anyway, yeah, that's the knives. That's the knife box. Well, fellas, I'm gonna call it and go rack out, and God willing, we get another shot at it tomorrow. So thanks for joining me tonight. I enjoyed visiting with you guys. Um, God bless you and your family. Please keep us in your prayers, and we love you. We'll see you next time.